Mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest. All right, welcome in everyone. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. You're running with the runners, assets over liabilities, showing people there's a better way. Ricardo Hamilton, what's good, man? How was your time off? Are you ready to just crush this week again?
Oh, yeah, brother. It don't stop. You know what I'm saying? You know, we still running. We don't stop running because we got a mission. We got a mission to change thousands of lives, you know, families' lives, you know, one person at a time. And I get excited when we use systems where nobody loses, where everybody can win. You know, it's a whole new economy out here. And there are ways that are opening up for people to be able to really have a better quality, more secure quality standard of living. And man, we got a powerful show. A phenomenal guest. And so guys, get ready, like this video, share this video out. Okay. Let people get this free information, get this access. That's what's key. You know, that's what separates the wealthy. That's what separates, you know, people who have a decent or better quality standard of lifestyle is just access to information and implementation of it. And folks, what we got for you tonight, everybody can benefit from. There are no losers, in my opinion, 100%. Go ahead, Mike.
Without a doubt. And just to get started here, everyone watching right now, wherever you're at, whatever platform, give me a hashtag silver for the number 4 freedom. Silver for freedom. And, you know, guys, we don't stop buying silver with everything that's going on in the world. But tonight we have Rico Cunningham on, who is the creator and the designer, the coder behind the 80-20 plan that we talked about last week. So we're going to bring him on, hear his story, hear why he created this ecosystem where people can become their own bank, where we don't need JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo and all these other banks and corporations. We can now bypass them and have our own bank built by the people and for the people. So Ricardo and I are going to cover the market caps really quick, just as a, you know, historical of what's going on in the world, and then we'll get Rico on. So gold at 1730, and you know, I told you guys this is going to happen. Gold's going to slump here for a little bit for whatever reason, and silver down another 0.5%, 4.45% on the week, guys. Well, everyone's trying to buy physical silver. Well, it's sold out. Well, there's, you know, you got to wait 2 weeks to get it from most companies. Silver went down 4% in a week. Again, just showing the market manipulation, the banks rigging it down and taking physical delivery. And that's why the premiums for silver are so high. Because that spot price, go ahead, Ricardo.
Yeah, no, Mike, I was just going to say one thing they got to keep in mind when you see gold or silver going down and you see the market going up, it's a risk on environment. And what's happening here is that because the Federal Reserve is backstopping this market, it's pretty much they've came out and said that they're not going to let the market fall. They're not going to let rates, you know, get out of control. They're buying the yield curve. You know, it's fixed. It's literally fixed. And the thing about it is you can't audit the Federal Reserve. So, you know, they have the ability to print an unlimited amount of paper to fix the system. And so that's why we're seeing, you know, there's no safety play right now into gold or silver, where the price would go up because there's speculation in the stock market because the Federal Reserve, like we said, will just continue to, you know, backstop this market, print money, you know, and make it cheap, you know, cheap, easy money for these corporations to borrow to buy back their stocks and prop up this market. So just keep that in mind. But if you're running with the runners, you know that this is the opportunity to get as much physical assets as you can. They're just making it cheaper for us to get because we know the end game. We know where this is going. So you want to get as much physical assets, physical silver and gold as you can.
Without a doubt. Bitcoin had a little boost over the last few days at 48,848. And, you know, the market's kind of rebounded in crypto. So this week, Engine Coin, which Rico might talk about Engine. We talked to Rico about using Engine. So I think that's why Engine is up almost 100% this week. That's a blockchain gaming company that specializes in NFTs. Polygon Matic, I've told you guys multiple times I love, and I don't know, you might want to look at buying it. They're a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. They're up 70%. RSR I love, reserve rights token.
Good.
Basic attention token up 36. And Ricardo, again, I just want to make sure no one can look back on this time in history and say that I did not mention Theta to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, I think last 24 hours, maybe 48, Theta was about almost $3. You know, it dropped down that low. And, you know, I was like, man, if it goes under 3, I'm buying some more. Well, folks, it's going to go over 4. And then it's going to get to a point where it's going to be, well, if it's under 4, I'm buying some more. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, and they just did a deal with Sony. Go ahead, Mike. You shared that.
Yeah. So, you know, I told you guys 2 weeks ago, when it's under 2, I'm buying. And then last week I said when it's under 3, I'm buying. But you got to be quick, because as soon as it gets under that dollar increment, it just takes off again. Almost hit 4. We'll probably, you know, bounce around a little bit, and then we'll bust above 4. But yeah, Sony, guys, Sony, you've probably heard of them, right? Maybe you've heard of something called the PlayStation. They are running a validator node on Theta. I believe this isn't confirmed, but from what I looked at the statistics behind it on the blockchain, I think they bought like 11 million Theta tokens to run their node. So guys, this is broadband over blockchain, like the internet over the blockchain for free, shared amongst the community. Google already has a node. Sony has a node. Samsung has a node. Like, who else do you want to get in this to where you think, oh, maybe I should look at Theta? So anyways, guys, you know, crypto's going to go up and down. Find the, you know, the projects, the people that you believe in, and invest in it. And this is a great segue to bring Rico on, because guys, we can create our own systems now. We don't need to rely on central authorities. And that's what Rico has done with the 80-20 plan. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on right now. Rico Cunningham, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you great, Mike. Can you hear me?
We got you loud and clear.
How you doing, Ricardo? It's been a pleasure, man, to join you guys. I'm running with the runners right now. I'm excited about that right now.
Awesome. Well, we're pumped to just work with you, or really anyone that wants to change the world, you know, using decentralization to go around these powers, you know, that have all kept us in slavery for so long. So Rico, maybe just, you know, give the people kind of a little bit of your background, your story. How did you get here? You know, what are you all about?
Well, thank you again for having me on the platform. To get to where we are now, we kind of got to rewind, you know, time 3 years. I started this journey just trying to learn some different things. And I knew that I was going to have to do some different things and learn some different things just to change my situation. And I ended up joining a company called Bars. And I was able to meet Brother Ricardo and other brothers and sisters that are here with us today. You know, and through that journey, what I learned was that, man, we are in time, but it's really kind of like a time we've been in before. If you remember in the 90s, we started learning about the internet and using email and www dot and HTTP and, you know, all of that type of stuff. You know, what we didn't realize then, or at least me, was that there was a new framework that had been set up, and business people who realized that, man, there's a new framework and I can build something on this framework. They went ahead. You know, if you were a web designer back in the 90s, you made a nice chunk of change because you were using the new platform that was available at the time, and that was the internet. So we're again in a sub. And what I learned in my journey, you know, with the companies that we were, you know, running with and representing, is that the power is in the blockchain and not so much the company that we represent. Companies are great. They're fine, especially the ones that are doing real good work and meeting, deadlines and things like that. But what we have available for us to use is the blockchain. And when I learned about smart contracts and why they were important and why we needed them, it just fit the whole idea of decentralization and us taking out the middleman, taking out the JP Morgan out of our pocket, the Bank of America out of our pocket, doing all these things for ourselves. When you hear us say you can become your own bank, we're not playing. I built the bank that people are using right now that we launched
I hope y'all heard that. I hope
ago.
y'all heard that, folks. This is a black-owned bank. Okay.
Let's clarify. We like to call it a black-owned bank, but I don't want to say that we.
No. Yeah, you can't use those terms because we
can't use those terms. But in simple terms, we built our own savings account.
Our own savings account, folks. And now Rico modest, folks. Now Rico really is a genius, though. He specializes in a lot of areas. So maybe you can get at people what you specialize in. You know what I mean? Because I know you're a artist, musician, and amongst other things. So maybe you can just give them a little idea of that side, in the coding, obviously, and so forth.
So my background, I've been a DJ, producer for 35 years, more 40 years. I started DJing nightclubs in Berlin, Germany, but I also went to Virginia State University and got a really good education there. And I learned a lot about technology, so I never let go of the things that I love, music and production. But for 21 years, I've been a solutions consultant, IT consultant for a Fortune 500 company. So I'm no stranger to implementing solutions, but in the traditional world. Now we have moved into the blockchain world and we're implementing solutions in blockchain, but for ourselves. I'm not implementing solutions for a company to own and profit on. I've created billions of dollars of revenue for the companies that, consulting and create solutions for them. I'm not getting anything off that besides, hey, good job, that type of thing. But now we have real ownership and that we can prove that, Brother Ricardo, that you can go out and get loans on your assets and things like that. We now have real value that we created. We created wealth for ourselves.
And I wanted him to say that, folks, because I want you to understand the magnitude of the person that you're seeing. And then when you see what we put in front of you, then you can really see the grand vision behind this thing and understand something that if you're watching this now, you're getting that early access. You're getting that, that Facebook in the garage. You're getting that, Steve Jobs in the garage. That Amazon in the garage. You've all seen the photo. He's behind the desk, place looking crazy. He's got Amazon, 1-800 Amazon on the wall. Okay, you're getting access to that right now. Okay, so I wanted him to give you that backdrop because a lot of time when you're looking at anything, most people don't know how to evaluate the opportunity. You should look at who started it, the owner, the CEO, the developers. You should look at, the product. You should look at the history. You should get an idea. And trust me, we looked at this and the runners are running with this. And that's why we promote this 80-20 contract. And we got the brother on here and, to go over the details with y'all, to show y'all once again how this works. Because if you guys remember, when we did this last time, okay, the coin is at a whole nother price. The system is in a whole nother place from when we shared this with you a few days ago. Okay, so go ahead and take it away, Mike. Go ahead and get us back on track.
So Rico, I'm good friends with Freon Phelps, and he brought me into the 80-20 plan on Ethereum. And it was good. I loved it. Still just making daily profits every day with it. But maybe kind of give us the journey of why did you do the 80-20? And you can start with maybe some stuff on how it was on Ethereum, and then we've started on the Binance Smart Chain, or whatever you want to kind of share about the vision of 80-20, kind of the background and why you did it.
First of all, 80-20 is a concept that I live by. You ever heard of Pareto's law? It's basically 20% of the wealth. 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 20% of the weal Well, it's not related into wealth. Basically, you can achieve 80% of the satisfaction in life by focusing on the 20% of things that make the most difference. All right, so I live this way every day. I only focus on the things, my family, the things that are bringing me return, a real return. That's what I focus on. And if it's outside of that, it's not really part of my daily plan. So I wanted to put that concept and idea into a smart contract. Now, I got involved in smart contracts with other companies, several years ago, and I've gotten burned. I've been involved in smart contract scams. I've lost Litecoin. I've looked at, smart contracts running on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin don't even support smart contracts. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that you learn in this process. And you gonna get burned. So what I wanted to do was create a smart contract, because I knew that this platform is taking off. It was going to be really big for us. I wanted to create a fair smart contract that wasn't going to scam people, that didn't have anything in the background waiting to steal your money. And it's the reason why, if you look at the 80/20 on Ethereum, which is where we started, that all these lines of accounting is transparent. We can't hide things from you, because the blockchain is going to expose it. If you understand how to read code and smart contracts, then you look at the contract yourself and say, hold on, there's something not right about this. Instead of going through all of that, why not just upfront have a fair and transparent contract that works? So the first plan on the Ethereum network was great. It is great. It's still, great. GS20 is going to work for us forever. But what we did on the Binance chain network, we realized that the gas fees and things like that were super high. The Ethereum price took off. And in the GS20 plan, the first plan on Ethereum, we had a 0.1 minimum in that plan. And when Ethereum took off the way it did, it really priced out some people. They couldn't really use the GS20 because they had to at least have a 0.1. At a $2,000 Ethereum, that means they had to have $200 to start. So in the GS50 on Binance Chain, we took the minimums out. We did a stronger peg to BNB. We just made the plan much more stronger. We took all the things that we learned in the first GS20 plan, and we built it into the second GS50 plan. And if you ask me, the GS50 is faster, cheaper, and the dividends are pretty doggone good, if you don't, if you don't say. But we're just learning from what we started and implemented, and we're just getting better and better. Now with the GS50, you can buy NFTs that are on our site. You can use the GS50. We're launching a lottery next week, probably either next week or the week after, that you can, play the lottery with your GS50. Everything that we build moving forward is going to, on the Binance Smart Chain, is going to accept GS50. And also some of the NFTs that you may buy from our site, we're going to be incorporating those NFTs in our future products. Now, Mike, you had mentioned, the engine protocol. All right. So if people are familiar with NFTs, then most people are familiar with the ERC 721 NFT. And that's the pretty much the start of NFTs, the 721 standard. But Engine came along and made the 1155 ERC. And we like that standard. I like that standard because it can be used either for money or non-fungible tokens. So with all the games, the virtual games and things like that are coming, these assets can be used in these games either for a non-fungible asset, or you can print up 1 million of these things and use it as virtual money. It works interchangeably. So the NFTs that we have on our site, on the 80/20 site for the Binance system, we have 4 NFTs. They're all 1155 ERC 1155 tokens. And we think this is going to be a huge standard moving forward, when we wanted to go ahead and start making our NFTs in that format now. Even though we know the Etherscan and the Bscan does not yet support that format. So if you buy an NFT from our site, you won't be able to see it in your wallet on BSC scan or Etherscan, because they are not yet adapt to the 1155 standard. However, the NFT is there. Websites that recognize that standard, we will be able to show you that NFT in your wallet. But without getting too deep in all of that type of stuff, man, it was just a
Look,
great segue into that.
Folks, I want you to understand how phenomenal this is. I know he broke down a lot of technical stuff, but I love the idea of the 80-20. He talked about Pareto's principle, and some of us probably heard of 80-20, but I had to look it up again. But it's pretty much 80% of the outcome, or the work is done by 20% of the people. And, I kind of mentioned that even when we're talking about changes in history, it doesn't take everybody. It just takes a small group of people, and the rest benefit, And so what he has created is something that was already successful. This is not an idea that we're bringing to you that hasn't been tested, hasn't been proven, hasn't been tried. He's already launched the 80-20 on Ethereum, okay? And so now, because of the revolution of the technology or evolution of it, and what's taking place with the Binance Smart Chain, he moved the same smart contract, okay, over to the Binance Smart Chain, created a new coin, but improved the system, okay? Improved the system that already worked well, okay? And so now, when we're talking about, he's giving some technical stuff, but understand, if your ears could translate it, it's all good.
It's all
okay?
good.
It's all good, okay?
So look, we did, and just so if people don't know about the Ethereum plan, Brother Ricardo, we launched the Ethereum plan October 25th, and in 24 hours, man, we did $64,000 worth of Ethereum that we processed in that plan, and we were like, wow, this thing is great. We did $64,000 in 24 hours, man. We were blown away, but we turned the GS50 on and did almost $100,000 in 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? The GS50 is blowing away all of the records that we set with the GS20. We've already broken our total supply record. Right now, we have just about 300,000 circulating GS50s. And I think the highest we got in the GS20 project was 285,000, 89,000, but we've already broken that. So we're blowing away all of our metrics, and it's only 4 days old. What is it? 4 days old now? Right. So imagine where we're going to be in 3 months. You know what I mean? And in 3 months, the 80-20 on Ethereum did over $2 million worth of Ethereum that passed through that plan. And just to have any kind of M's attached to anything that I built is just, mind-boggling. Yeah,
and this is phenomenal, folks, because when we talk about the Binance Smart Chain, if you don't know Binance, it's like the top #1 exchange. I mean, this is not a small little exchange. When you're talking about the BNB coin, it's not some small little coin. You can see it right there. It's number 4 on Coin Market Cap. Okay, this is huge. And then when you're talking about, Rico mentioned, being able to do this on the Binance smart contract, which means you're going to receive the BNB coin in dividends. Okay, the Binance Smart Chain we saw that the fees are cheaper. Right, it's faster. What was it? Faster and cheaper, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
And those are the benefits of it. And so, the same benefits that Ethereum have, where people are developing on Ethereum, you're going to see some of that activity, or people starting to build on the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, and Binance Smart Chain could be just as good, or maybe even greater than the Ethereum protocol. But the point is that there's value in the BNB, as Mike just showed you, which is about $200 and something right now. Okay, and how that smart contract works, you'll go over that breakdown, but we get paid in that. We get a dividend for staking in a fashion.
Absolutely, yep, yeah, and that's the important thing. You're getting paid in the number 4 cryptocurrency. So we have plans. The 80-20 is running on the number 2 and the number 4 cryptocurrencies right now. You know what? I just realized that Cardano took over BNB. BNB was number 3 for a while, and Cardano jumped up in there. So we got to look at doing something with Cardano, and my guys are looking at that.
Yeah, and that's what I want people to understand here, guys. Is we can do this on every blockchain, and it's forever. As long as there's electricity in the world, that smart contract's going to keep running. It's not going away. That's why I love math and code and decentralization. And, we or we have a bank now. We have our own bank. Whoever wants to enter our bank can, anywhere in the world, no matter their age, no matter their location, their race, their sex, their religion. There's no redlining here, okay? And when I get paid in dividends, I can withdraw them at any time. Or I can
you can zoom in, Mike. But also you said, this works. And for somebody who's new, who might not have seen our last stream, what is this?
Okay, I can go over this if you guys want. If you start, so there you go. We'll start right there. Once you get to the site and once you get connected, by the way, you need a cryptocurrency wallet, that connects to the site. So MetaMask right now is the primary wallet that we're using. But when you get to the site, you can go out to the chart up there that Mike had up. And we got videos down at the bottom.
Right. I was going to say training. If you're like, what are these guys talking about? How do I even start this? Right on the bottom of the website, Rico made great training videos for you guys to watch. So if you're like, this is all Greek to me, I have no idea what you're saying, you got to educate yourself and watch those videos.
Absolutely. Because if you're familiar with the Ethereum network and using MetaMask, then you got to understand we're moving off the Ethereum network. You have to switch off the Ethereum and on to the Binance chain. And in order to do that, you have to configure your crypto wallet to make a connection. Now, once you are connected to the site, you'll see the green BNB price. You'll see the GS50 price in BNB. If you don't see the price, then you're not connected to the contract. If you don't see data coming from the contract, you're not connected to the contract. So right now we're looking at 81 cents right now per token. It's a simple, buy, sell, reinvest, or withdraw. We wanted to make this very, very simple for people to use because coming from our networks, we knew that many of the people that follow like myself and Ricardo and Mike and running with the runners probably are new to crypto. They love precious metals and assets and things like that and silver, but they may not know much about smart contracts and blockchain. So we wanted to create a product that was easy for our community to adapt and learn without, all these yield farming and all these crazy things that people like, well, how does this liquidity thing work? We didn't want to do all of that for our community. We wanted to make a simple bam, bam, bam. Use your BNB to buy GS50, sell your GS50 to get your BNB out, cycle your, earnings for more GS50, or just simply withdraw, your BNB. So this is how we break up the distribution. Whenever you deposit inside of our plan, 80% of your deposit goes to minting your GS50 token that's delivered to your crypto wallet. The 20% that's remaining, pretty much goes to pay dividends and sponsor commissions and bonuses. And, my foundation does make a small percentage, but most, if not all of the BNB that's cycled in the system is cycled amongst the community. Very little of it leaves this contract. Pretty much 96% or better, it stays inside this contract for the community. So this is how it's broken down. We are paying dividends on buys and sells. Loyalty, if you have 2,500 coins or better, you qualify for that line of loyalty payment. And we paying loyalty on buys and sells again. So we thought this system works a lot better. I believe it works a lot better. We think the GS20 is going to be more attractive to bigger or deeper pocketed investors to put into the Ethereum GS20. But the GS50, this is for everybody. Doesn't matter. You can put in 10 cents. You can take 10 cents worth of BNB and mint GS50 if you wanted to, and you can because the gas prices are so cheap. It doesn't matter if you spend 25 cents in gas to mint 45 cents worth of GS50. So it's still a good move. We can do that now. And I think that's important.
And you can even start for free, which I think was a great concept. So if you, follow the instructions and, get educated and get into smart contracts. And I love what you said at the beginning there, Rico, of back in the 90s, learning email and HTTPS and, what is a website and what's a browser. those people that learned about computers, were successful. And we're in a new internet age. And that's really what you guys need to do, is get educated about how to do this. And if you just go and connect your MetaMask to the contract and share it with people, you can earn some BNB with zero investment. And like Rico said, is you can start with $1, and that's why I love what he said, is this is built for everyone. Anyone can get access, but you're going to have to invest in yourself and get educated on this new economy that's happening.
Absolutely. So you mentioned Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos in the 90s saw the new infrastructure, the internet, and said, you know what? I'm going to make a place where people can download books and read books online. And that's all Amazon was when it first started. It was a place where you could download books. You get any kind of book you wanted. Mm-hmm. But you know what Amazon is right now. Right. You understand? When you start building on the new infrastructure first, then you get to pretty much shape the business. You get to drive that industry. And what we saw was an opportunity for us, our community, something that we own to drive this industry. And, if you're in the 80-20 right now, congratulations, especially if you got in a day ago, 2 days ago, congratulations. Now, there's a lot that's coming, right? It's not just the launch and we're done. It's the launch, everybody get a position, and then we're going to work. We got work to do. We are already going to work because we're on that radar right now. So we got metrics. We got the world that can see us. They see our heartbeat right now. They see that we're performing. Once they see our community really pile into the contract and set up their own bank accounts, their savings accounts with the 80-20, those metrics are only going to get better. We can see this coin move from 80 cents to $1.80 in no time, to $2.80, to $3.80, to $5.80, to $10. It could go there, but it's really up to us to push it there. There's nothing stopping it from going there, but us.
Yeah. It's next level, folks. When we started, like you said a few days ago, it was at 40 cents. I think I got him probably maybe 40 cents or somewhere around there. And now you heard him said it's 80 cents. You take your BNB coins, which have value, you put them in a smart contract. You're getting paid out in BNB. You can sell your GS50 coins that you receive for the BNB. You can sell them at any time, right? But as long as you have them in that smart contract in 80-20, you're getting a dividend paid out to you. And as more people join that community of putting their BNB into this contract to get paid out in BNB, they still have access to their BNB because they can sell the GS50 coin at any time for their BNB. But that as more people come into the contract, as that community grows of people just sort of staking, just taking some assets, moving it over here to receive a little bit of the asset over time, but they still have the majority of their asset, okay? And as more people come into that, the value of the coin goes up, okay? And then your GS50 is tied to BNB. So as the BNB value goes up, because we just talked about, they got this, their own smart chain is linked to Binance Exchange. Like this is a solid number 3, number 4 coin, okay? As this continues to rise, it's a win-win solution. And it's not based on, mainly you recruiting, okay? It's not one of those smart contracts. There's smart contracts launching or that have launched before where it's, you got to go out and recruit and that's how you get, to receive something back, right? With this, you can put money into the contract. It's going to pay you out in BNB, right? And you still have your asset. It's phenomenal. Nobody loses. You never lose your asset. You're not giving up your asset to somebody else. You've just linked your asset to the GS50 coin, okay? And that's going to do what it's do as more people utilize this smart contract, the 80-20, okay? And then if you decide to sell it, you still get your BNB. It's phenomenal. Nobody loses. Nobody loses.
That's why I love it.
Nobody loses, man, and it's great. And that's a great explanation, brother. I mean, it's so what I've found, and I've got some really, really close friends, guys that I grew up with that have been watching me transform, my mind into what it is now. Going from messing around and shucking and jiving to being serious about something and building something. And there's many of my friends just don't recognize me anymore. They don't understand. And I see them, and I'm sorry they don't understand. I wish they did, because they would be in the GS50 with me, and they would be, profiting and changing their lives. But some people just not going to understand it. They're not going to get it, and that's unfortunate. We'll see them in 5 years, and hopefully they will have moved by then. But we have to take advantage right now of this monumental. Did I say monumental? Monumental moment. And again, we are in a new industrial moment, with the framework, with the internet, then now we have blockchain. This is a new moment for us to reset and plant our feet and learn something and grow from it. We can start our own book clubs right now that grow into big Amazon type companies in the next 15 years in blockchain.
And
book clubs on the blockchain.
I was talking to Mike last night, and I'll put it like this, because I like to help people make neural links. It helps people understand what we're talking about, or anything as a little better, right? So think about that movie Inception. If you remember, they can go into a world where they created. And he went out and sought that girl because he needed somebody who was intelligent enough to design something and be able to maintain it, though. Okay? And in that world, you saw they was moving stuff and stuff was going crazy. All right, well, that's blockchain technology, okay? And that little girl is Rico, okay? Like, Rico created something in a space, okay, that everybody can benefit from. And if you remember in Inception, anybody can join you in that dream world that, or that state that they were in. And so Rico has created something in a space called blockchain and smart contracts and technology. And he's an architect, okay? He's building it and making sure it works and is maintaining it. And those of us who decide to opt into that reality, which he's created on the blockchain, which is functioning, okay, we're going to reap the benefits. And it expands the vision of what he created in the beginning. So understand it's a whole new world, because you no longer have to work for money, okay? You don't need money. Money needs you, okay? And so we're in a whole new reality where we create our reality, and we're using that with our intellect, and we're using that with technology, and we're going to change and do it with collective and group economics.
We have to do this together. And the reason we have to do it together is because some people are unfortunate to have to be in situations where they're going to miss these opportunities because they got to be on the clock. You know what I mean? Their attention is with the kids and somewhere else. Yeah, but it's going to take people that have this knowledge to go grab that person and say, look, I know you don't understand, but this opportunity, you cannot miss this, because I don't want you to have to work first, second, and third shift. I want you to be home with your kids, take a vacation whenever you wanted to, because you now have made proper decisions. You position yourself in crypto, in gold and silver with the runners. You position yourself correctly. And now that effort is paying you back while you chilling, watching Netflix. You know what I'm saying? This is what we can do for ourselves. And this is how we can help our kids have more than what we had. But it takes us right now to do the things that are necessary. Don't keep watching on this, you're on the riverbanks. People call the sides of a river the riverbank. It's like, because that water that's flowing, it's a stream of income, and on the side is like the banks, and the banks are just driving that stream. But us as people can jump in the river and swim in that stream and let that just float and let it go. We don't have to stand on the sideline, behind the banks and let the banks flow all that water. We can jump in there and build our own dams and flow water our way. We can do that. There's nothing stopping us from doing that. There's no law that said you had to take your money to the bank. There's no law that said we had to use the bank.
The only limitations are in our mind at this point in time with the technology and resources that we have.
Absolutely. And we're here now. So I hope y'all join us, man. I hope you're joining us. I hope you are getting with Ricardo and Mike. And, I want to give some shout outs right now, because you had mentioned Freon Phelps. I certainly appreciate that brother Freon for making the connections that he's made. And I want to shout out all the people that are helping help other people. If you come to our Discord channel, I've got, my development guys are in there helping people. I want to shout out my development team right now, Shazane, Ahmed, as well as Keith Thomas. You know, I got 3 great developers on my project that are rolling with us now. They've seen what we can do, and they love building these products for us. And you know, because we have such a strong community in these smart contracts. So thank y'all, everybody who's done anything to push this project. Thank you guys for having me on tonight and also pushing this project. And let's just keep pushing.
Definitely. Phenomenal.
No, I love it. It's just people realizing we have the power. We had the power the whole time, but now we have the tools and the technology to make it happen and get our freedom and just, you know, follow our passions and not have to be tied and controlled to these central authorities. So, you know, Rico, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for everything you're doing in the background, you know, getting into this new technology, helping bring people into it. Ricardo, I'm going to give you the final word tonight of just what we have seen and how revolutionary, you know, the 80-20 plan is when it comes to changing the world and changing what people can do.
Well, you know, my cup overrunneth. I'm just excited for what we shared. And actually, I just want to pass it back to Rico so people can get his information in case they want to follow him or reach out to him and stay plugged in to what he's got going on. You know, he's the brainiac of the operation of this 80-20. And like I said, it's not something where it's a recruitment kind of a thing. It's something that where the more people utilize it, the more everybody benefits. You know, it's just that simple. So, you know, this is what we do as a runners, man. We like to build wealth in precious metal assets and cryptocurrency. And we like to leverage centralized and decentralized platforms to do that. You know, we say it all the time. This is the largest wealth transfer in history. There's a global monetary reset taking place right now. If you're thinking anything less than $1 million in 2021, you're thinking too small. And if you didn't come from a wealthy family, this is the opportunity to make sure that a wealthy family comes from you. So just make sure you stay plugged in. Make sure you like this video, share this video, okay? Help people get this information and get access, because that's the only thing that's stopping people from living out their dreams and transforming their lives. It's just the ability for them to get access to information and then apply it, right? And so, man, lace up, run with the runners. Let's get wealthy. And Rico, let the people know how they can follow you.
Thank you. So y'all can find me. I'm on Instagram, Gold Standard Group. I'm on YouTube. If you hashtag Lucky Rico, we have a channel, Gold Standard Group on YouTube. I'm on Twitch, on Facebook, Spade One Worldwide. If you want to follow my entertainment account on Instagram, it's Spade One Worldwide, SPADE, the number 1 and worldwide, and that's on Twitter. That's on everything. And I'm not going to put out any links or anything like that. I want you guys to share your links for your networks. This is, part of it is networking. It's not built. The 80-20 GS50 version is not built for multi-level networking. And we took that out. If you want, to make some real significant income networking, the 80-20, you can do the GS20 plan on Ethereum. And that's 3 levels of networking sponsorship. It's built for networkers. I designed that plan to give networkers a way to make more passive income. But the GS50 plan is built more for the investor, for people that don't want to network, they just want to park their BNB and earn dividends on that. That's what this plan is built for. So feel free to reach out to me. You can get to me through these gentlemen if you need to get directly contacted to me. But I'm here for the community. We're going to keep building and keep working and keep testing and watch out for the lottery coming here in about a week. You'll be able to play some numbers with your GS50. We don't call it a lottery because we don't want any unnecessary, we got a different name for it on the side.
Yeah.
But
well, awesome. Rico, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, the future is now. Like, get educated and get plugged in. I mean, get a home-based business with 7K, get real physical assets of gold and silver, but start learning about blockchain and cryptocurrency. It's not going away, guys. It's here. All the people who doubted us for the last 4 or 5, 10 years, They're silent now. They're probably broke too, but this is it. We don't need jobs anymore. We don't need central authorities. We don't need masters. The people are coming together and we're rising up to bring peace and love to all and end poverty. All right. We will be here back tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, delivering the truth and helping change the world one family at a time. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you guys soon.
Like you put everything in the description of this video, all the links and everything that they need is there, right?
Yep, I got Rico's YouTube, Discord, and our Google Doc on how to get set up with the 80-20 plan.
Google Doc on how to get started with 80-20 is in the description of the video, folks.
Well, look, before we get off, I saw someone in the chat, Aaron Turner, had a question. And Aaron Turner said, is there a benefit on the Binance for using BNB to pay for fees? There is a benefit. You're going to pay a lot less fees on the Binance chain. And the reason you're going to pay less fees is because the Ethereum network is a proof of work network right now. It uses proof of work. That means miners are out there solving these complex math computer problems to validate the block. Well, in the Binance chain, they only have 21 validators. And these 21 validators are it's a proof of stake consensus mechanism. All right. So no crazy computing power needed, just solve the block, validate the transaction. And on the BNB network, it's a lot faster and it's cheaper. So that's why a lot of developers are moving to the Binance chain network. But don't think that this is the end all for Ethereum. I think that, as Mike mentioned, we got layer 2 solutions that are going to be coming in. Once these layer 2 solutions come in, we're going to see a lot of action back in the regular 80-20, the GS20, because we're going to see fees so much cheaper. And, maybe Ethereum comes down in price. I don't know. But we have some plans for Ethereum, but I'm not going to get into all of that right now.
Ooh, little tease at the end from Rico. Right. And to answer that again, Aaron, Rico was talking about on smart contracts, but on the Binance exchange, if you hold BNB, I believe you do save on the trading fees. And
yeah,
so that's how,
fees in BNB. If you pay your fees in BNB.
Right, you save money. So that's how big this ecosystem is with Binance. It's the #1 crypto exchange in the world. It's the #4 crypto in the whole world. Their token can be used on their own exchange to save for fees. They have, I think, the #2 smart contract platform behind Ethereum in the world. So, I mean, this is huge. We have our own bank. Like your normal banks deal with dollars that they just create out of thin air, $1 trillion a day. We have now a bank of anyone in the world who can join it and get dividends based on BNB, which is the #4 cryptocurrency, world's biggest exchange, use cases all over the place. Speed, fast, cheap, easy. We're killing it on every level.
Easy, yeah, easy.
All right, are we good, Ricardo? Is that it?
We're good. We're good to go, man. Lace up. Let's get wealthy, folks.
All right, love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.